customers need to pay, I would say that the services too is expensive, yeah, because the company is trying their best to provide the services that required by the customers, right? So they are not focusing on many customers. They are focusing to the valuable customers. If you got the money, okay, please come to our organization and I will serve you. That is their focus, or that can be that is the way of how we can simplify the capability. Okay, they does not have a clarity of service concept and has much more flexibility to change service outcome, customers experience, and customer delivery process. So they are very flexible. If let's say the customers require this, so they will be trying their best to fulfill their customers' requirement. If let's say these particular customers, they would like to have this kind of service, they will be trying their best to provide that kind of service to the customers, because their focus is to provide services for their customers rather than pre-prepared services. I would say that they don't have the menu. So you are freely to request anything from them, because they perceive that you are high valuable customers to them. All right. So these are some examples of the companies. Okay, for example, lawyers, accountant, isn't it? Okay, the companies that sell their creative abilities, such as advertising agencies, software developers, engineering design, and all. So these particular companies, if you are talking about the lawyer and law firm, the law firm, yeah. So I give us a simple example. For example, you go to the law firm, for example, to file for a divorce, for example. So even though it mentioned as a divorce case, but the case that the scenario that the client is facing is different from one client to another client. So, and this lawyer firm, they were trying their best to accommodate to the request of their customers. Same goes to the marketing agents, same goes to the advertising companies. Yeah, we have many companies, and all these companies will trying their best to come up with creative advertisement. So they will provide, okay, this company, you are going to have this kind of advertisement. These particular companies, okay, this is the kind of advertisement that we will be producing. There will be no advertising campaign that will be similar to one company to another company. Okay, because they sell their creative ability, they sell their consultation, they sell their skills, and they sell their capabilities. Yeah. Another example is software development company. All right. Dr. Fuji.
Yes. Sorry, doctor. I have a technical problem.
Okay.
But it's okay. Now we'll come back to normal.
Okay, Dr. Fuji.
Yes.
Yes, Dr. Fuji. What would be the time that we have to that you have that the Maghrib, that you have to perform your Maghrib prayer?
Maghrib prayer time in Semarang is about 5:40.
5:40.
Yes.
Okay. So we will continue.
Yeah, you still have 10 minutes to go.
Oh, okay. All right. So these are actually the capability. Yeah. The first one. Okay. Let me do some review. Okay. We have 4 types of process. We have 4 types of service process. We have the capability, we have the commodity, we have the complexity, and we have the simplicity. So I have explained on the capability. Now we go to the commodity now. Right. So for the commodity, okay, let us look where the commodity is. The commodity is here. Just now we are fast food restaurant. Okay, they are the general insurance providers and retailers. I give an example. For the general insurance, okay, these are types of insurance, yeah, that the insurance company provided, okay. But in terms of customers, okay, there are many customers, huge number of customers that will apply to either the personal life, the medical, the personal accident, the housing, as well as the motor insurance. Okay? Then, the service concept is clear and rigid. So, meaning to say that if you would like to have your personal life, okay, this is the policy. 1, 2, 3. Okay? They have prepared the module. It can be considered as a module. So, and especially when service is delivered across service location by a wider variety of service employers. Okay, when you are talking about this one in terms of location, okay, it applies to the retailers. I give an example. Okay, do we have the Indomart at the Indonesia? Isn't it, Dr. Hadi, Dr. Fuji?
Yes, please.
Yes. Of course.
Okay. Okay, when we are talking about the Indomart is actually applying the commodity service. Okay, we can categorize the services that provided by the Indomart as the commodity. Because of what? Okay, they provide a clear and rigid services, especially when the services is located at all over places. Okay, in terms of operational quality, since they are located at everywhere, therefore, they need to provide consistent operational qualities. Okay, consistent operational quality, and they provide services through the absence of long queues and rapid telephone responses. Okay, and this is meant for the McDonald's. Okay, so examples of commodity, multi-site services as a restaurant chain, supermarket. Then we have centralized communication-based services, and we also have the equipment repair services. So these are the organization, or these are the services companies that provide the services under the category of commodity. Okay, what does it mean by commodity again? Okay, the number of customers are huge, but the services that they provided is low. Therefore, they should have a clear and rigid service process. Okay, all right. Now, we go to the next one. Okay, the third one is complexity. This is the ideal one. This is the ideal one. Why this is an ideal one? Because in terms of customers, they try to accommodate as high number of customers as they able to provide. Okay, and in terms of services, they provide varieties processes to their customers. Okay, see that? In terms of processes, number of processes high. In terms of customers, high as well, right? Okay. Therefore, yeah, since they provide high volume services, they are capable of great flexibility, and they can be referred to as mass customization as well. Okay, in the product strategy, we also have the mass customization. Okay, and in the service process, we do have a service organization that applied mass customization, and it is categorized as the complexity service organization. So, what would be the drawback? What would be the drawback? the drawback is high investment because they need to invest in technology. Okay? In order for them to serve their customers 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days in a week. So they need to have high investment in terms of digitalization and technology. So I give an example, online banking, okay? Online banking, this is Malaysian banks, okay? I would say that most of the banks, okay, they provide online banking, okay? Since I'm using the Maybank, I would say that Maybank can be categorized as the bank that provide complexity services to the organization, okay? Okay, Dr. Fuji, we have the Mandiri Hotel. Is it correct? Mandiri Bank, Dr. Fuji?
Yes. Bank Mandiri, yes.
Okay. This is one of the huge bank in Indonesia,
Yes.
and definitely it apply the complexity process strategies for services as well in Indonesia. So, for example, the example for the complexity is bank, okay, is online banking because they provide wide range of services 24 hours a day, every day of the year, and it can be accessed from any telephone or computer at a little cost. And definitely, in order for them to perform excellently, technology and skills are required to operate effectively and for them to achieve as highest profit as possible. Okay, now we go to the last one. We go to the last one before we end our first session. Okay, this one is what being called as simplicity. What does it mean by simplicity? The simplicity is the organization at this particular corner. Okay, you realize that in terms of cost, in terms of customers, they provide they provide their services to small number of customers, and they provide only few services to their customers as well. So process variety low, number of customers low as well. The operation is less efficient because most of the time they are using the manual activities in producing the services. Why? Because resources are underutilized and the organization is unwilling at this stage to invest to process technology to decrease its units cost. Okay, what is the examples of this simplicity? Right. Can you see that, class? The barber. Okay. Do you have lots of investment there? Is there any machines there? Okay. We couldn't see any machine utilized in this particular shop. Then we have the cobbler as well. Yeah. Okay. Do you realize that? What is the input? Okay. Is there any machines? Okay. All the activities are conducted manually, and we also have the makeup artist. Okay. Usually all the arts activities, okay, all the arts, something that is related with art, yeah, they are categorized in this simplicity service organization. All right. However, okay, last before we end, for our first stage, the special consideration for service process design. Okay, when we want to design our service, okay, when we want to design our service, and what I've mentioned in my early slide, I mentioned that the process need to be designed. So when we design our service process, or we have to remember on one important thing. What is that? Interaction between you and your customers. And this is where we call it as a moment of truth. Yeah. Why? We have to take care of the interaction with the providers as well as the recipient of our services, because it will affect the performance of the services. All right. So the better this interaction are accommodated, the better you interact with your customers during the moment of truth, the more efficient and the more effective is the process. Okay, because at the end of the day, when you are talking about the process, the service process, you would like to satisfy your customers. And some of the organization, their objective is not to satisfy the customers only. They would like to the customers to feel delighted. I think that's all, Dr. Fuji.